Okay. So as I told you, we discussed that everything means lastly only. Our new part for today is our DevOps tools. Okay. And Microsoft Azure provide few inbuilt tools and few third-party popular tools are also available. So first one is for a project management. And why what we are doing project management? We are same doing documentation. We are telling to our product owners what we are doing and how we are doing, and that every data we are storing with that one of tool. And Microsoft Azure have an inbuilt tool that we called it as a Azure board. Okay, where we are doing this everything. And few third-party tools are also available. One of popular one is a Jira. Jira is a one means a software tool where we are doing this everything. And also we are following that with the Scrum and Agile. These three are third-party tools. Okay, and for source code management, for storing your code in a repository, Azure provide us one repository with the name of Azure Repo, but you can get again, you can go with again Git, or you can go with a Bitbucket, or you can go with a Subversion. This Subversion is the old one, okay, and this Bitbucket is a combination of Git plus Jenkins, and this Git one is a command line only, and this Git and this Azure Repo, these both are similar only, not much changed. Okay, so if you are using Azure Repo or if using Git, it's okay. They both are same, but it's a third party and this is a inbuilt. If you are using Azure Repo, that is more good and more better for all integration purpose and everything. Okay, so go with this only. And our third tool we are using for a building purpose, and that is nothing but a Azure pipeline. So here see in bracket I wrote MS build. Why I wrote MS build? This MS build is not a means a you means Microsoft built-in tool. This is a third-party tool only. But whenever we are storing, but whenever we are selecting .NET as a our programming language, that time this MS Build tool is automatically applied in our project. So what we are making project with the help of Java, and for Java we are using this Maven tool. But whenever you will select .NET project, okay, for Java again you will get many more tools. Okay, because there is a means a marketplace in Azure. I want to show you that screen also. Okay, so where is that? Yeah, this one. This is we are now logged to our DevOps portal. We will cover this everything, but not now. We will cover this everything after completing our lectures of Azure portal. So see here, when we are going here for a pipeline, okay, when we are going for a pipeline, so he is asking for creating a new pipeline. And when I clicked here on
We are not
creating
seeing
a
Krunal.
what?
Only we are seeing black screen. Is that fine?
Everyone can see or not?
Only notes we are seeing.
You are only or everyone?
No,
No,
I don't know.
everyone same.
We are also
Everyone
seeing
same.
the same the text format of Visual Studio Code. The notes what we are seeing.
Only we can see Java, Azure, DevOps versus DevOps tools.
Now you can see the notes.
Yeah, notes only we are seeing right now. That is line number 120, 113 to 139 we can see.
Okay. And after minimizing this,
No, it's
you
not
can't see.
minimizing.
No, you can see the DevOps portal.
No, we are not. I am not seeing. I don't know about others.
What
No,
about what
even
about remaining?
no, even I'm not able to see. We are seeing only the
Black
notes,
screen.
the Visual Studio.
It is just saying has started screen sharing, nothing else. It's just black.
You would do one thing, disconnect and reshare.
What about now?
No, that way you reshare once.
Better to disconnect, reshare or something.
Don't know why this is happening.
Maybe you are not shared specific, only you shared this screen.
Okay,
Select
wait.
that portal screen. Correct, na Subha?
Yes, yes.
We used to get same. Yeah.
Yeah,
Now we can.
we can see.
Now?
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
now we
seeing.
can see.
Okay. And what about the
Yeah, even I'm able to see.
Yeah, we are able to see now.
now?
Now we can see.
Yes, visible. It is visible.
Yeah, you can go
Visible?
ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So as I told you, we have this is our DevOps portal, and in our DevOps portal, we are getting our tools here. Okay. So first I want to select one organization. Okay. First you have to select organization, and after selecting organization, we have to select a project. So I selected here Geo project. Okay. And now I want to show you that marketplace. Okay. So in pipeline, I will go and I will create a new pipeline. And after creating a new pipeline, I will go to the classic editor because I already told you there are two types of pipeline. Hello, mute. I'm getting noise.
Background noise. Raghu?
Okay, I did only that. So here we have to select our repository. Like I told you, Azure repository is the, but we are going with our classic editor. So first we will select our that classic editor, and in our this
I'm not able to hear your voice, Kunal.
that he unmuted. Yeah, I muted him, but he again unmuted. Who is that person? Don't know. Again muted. Let's see. He will cooperate or not. Okay. So here what will happen? Now we will select our repository, and after then we will press a continue. Okay. And after clicking here continue, you see here, as I told you, when you are selecting a .NET, you have to use that MS build. So you are getting your option of .NET. Even you can use ASP.NET, even you Docker containers, even Maven tool. I told you these all are available here. So see this one, this Maven tool. Okay, even Ant we are using for C#, ASP.NET. This everything is available here. Okay, this everything is available, and even you can search any type of tool here. Like if you are searching Maven, you are getting here. So this all tools now we will study. Okay, so first is our project management, and for we are going with Azure boards, and we are using Jira, Scrum, and Agile. And everyone is familiar with the Scrum, Agile, and Jira is a one software of one company who made that for a project management. I think the Atlassian is a name of company who made this Jira software, and we are using this Jira tool for project management purpose. And after then, as I told you, SCM tools, we have Azure Repo, which is very similar to Git, but we again have option of Bitbucket and Subversion. Subversion is old one, and Bitbucket is Jenkins plus Git. After then, building tools, we are using the Azure Pipeline. Okay, and in Azure Pipeline, if you are selecting .NET project, so automatically MS Build tool is installed there. Okay, and but if you are selecting Java, you have their choices, but mostly people are selecting this Maven tool only, and MS Build is for a .NET project, and Ant is for a C# project. So this is we are using for our these tools we are using for a CI/CD pipeline. Okay, and after then continuous integration and continuous deployment tool. Okay, we are same using here also Azure pipeline, because the continuous integration and continuous deployment, this role the pipeline is also play. Even if you will go to the third party in AWS, people are using Jenkins, even they are using their Bamboo. Okay, even you heard about Circum CI, Travis CI, this everything we are using in that AWS only. But here we are either going with Jenkins or we are going with a Bamboo. Jenkins is more friendly because Jenkins is more interactive, and that is very goodly integrated with our as a third party application. So either we are going with Azure Pipeline or we are going with a Jenkins only. And for code analysis, we are using Azure Test Plane. And Microsoft Azure have JUnit. Microsoft Azure have JUnit. This is one inbuilt tool of Microsoft Azure. What is the name? JUnit. But this JUnit is not popular and not so good and great. So we are going with a either Sonar Cloud or Sonar Cube. Mostly people are going with a Sonar Cube only. And for on premises, we are using this Sonar Cloud also. So this is for a code analysis. Okay. And as I told you, this Sonar Cube, what they are doing, we are using it for a code analysis, means for a testing purpose. What is the role of this Sonar Cube? It is a one open source test code quality continuous integration tool used to maintain the industry standard, means industry provided a few standards. So this Sonar Cube is testing your code is following that industry standard or not. If you are not following that industry standard, it will give you bug or it will give you the error. Even it can remove whatever bug you are getting in your programming or whatever blocker you are getting, or any duplicate code is there or any unused code is there, it is removing that code also. So this Sonar Cube is very famous one, and we will also use this one in our project, because we will apart from this we will go for containers, Dockers, Kubernetes, this everything we will means discuss, and we will make a project on this everything also. Even I will taught you the few commands of Linux also. This everything we will do, but that is in our future lectures. First, we are going with the basic, and then we will jump there. Okay, so this is our code analysis, and then we are going for a artifact storage. And for artifact storage, we have that Azure Artifact only. And here, either we are going with Nexus or JFrog. These are the name of third-party tool, and most famous third-party tool is a Nexus only. And I want to tell you what is this Nexus. Nexus is a artifact manager. Nexus is a artifact manager, and it stores the artifact. It stores the artifact. And what is the artifact? Once your source code is built, it generated the artifact. Your source code, when you are building, that is generating the artifact, and which can be deployed into the target system, So this is about this one. Our first note is completed, and this is a class 2 notes. Okay, we will go with this, and just after few minutes only, we can build first virtual machine. So first, I would like to tell you what is a DevOps. What is the definition of DevOps? DevOps is a one culture, and by using this, we can collaborate the development and operation to achieve the best output. Means what? What is DevOps? Dev plus ops. Means what we are doing? We are collaborating. What collaborating? We are collaborating this development and this operational. Why we are collaborating? For achieving the best output. And this is the definition of the DevOps. In interviews, if you don't have a knowledge or if you don't have experience with the DevOps, this is frequently asked question, what is the definition of DevOps? Okay, even what is the difference between the Azure DevOps and AWS DevOps? Nothing more difference, nothing much difference between AWS and Azure DevOps. Like we need to implement DevOps in Azure and we are calling it as a Azure DevOps. And when we are implementing DevOps in our AWS, we are calling it as a AWS DevOps. Okay, and AWS DevOps have few features like AWS Service, Git, Maven, Jenkins, and these all things are copied paste with our Azure DevOps also. See, all services apart from this only, like AWS DevOps have AWS services and this Azure DevOps will have a Azure services. But apart from that, they will have this Git, Maven, Jenkins, SonarCloud, Nexus. These all are third-party tools. Those are available in AWS also and in Azure also, but they have their own services, which I defined you earlier. Okay, in that list of means boards, repos, pipelines, artifacts. So these are those one. Okay, after then you can say DevOps process. So means previously 10 years back, all are using the waterfall methodology. Yes, anyone tell me about what is meant by waterfall methodology? Yes, anyone?
Hello,
Hello, tell me about waterfall methodology.
you're able to hear my voice, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
tell me
it's a
about
software
waterfall
development.
methodology.
It's a linear phase software development model. Phase by phase development
But
model.
why we are not using this waterfall methodology?
In the waterfall methodology, we can't able to come back. Once the release date has been announced, it cannot be moved for the two and two things. It should be proceeded in a sequential incremental manner.
Okay, okay, unmute. Noise is getting.
Now,
Noise
In
is
case
from your
of
side. Unmute. Okay, so before 10 years back, we are using what? So before 10 years, we are going with a waterfall methodology. And what is a method? Waterfall methodology means for developing any site or anything, we are going for such a long code. Or if product owner saying means he want few modification in his code, so your code is dependent with another code and you have to change a lot. And for building that code in waterfall methodology, you need like 6 months, 1 year's time is needed, and you are giving output to your product owners after that 1 year. Until then they got a few advancement in their project and they are giving you feedback, we don't want this. But for changing that, there is a lot of software dependency with each other. Your code is again dependent with each other, and because of that, lot of time consuming, and this waterfall methodology is not good. But this is now we are using our that DevOps methodology, and this DevOps methodology that is not a dependent on any source code. Okay, so even agile methodology, that what agile methodology is doing, agile methodology is means dividing your code into the sprint. So for like you are using Facebook, you saw in Facebook, you are getting one window for messaging, you are getting one means one text box where you can post your photos and videos. Even if after clicking on your profile, you can go to another page. After clicking on there, you can switch there. So there is a different server, and there is a different code for that everything. And if you want to change that, that is not depend with another pages, or that is not depend with another code. You have to work there only. So because of that agile methodology, now we are very fast and very good. But now this DevOps methodology came in market, and because of this DevOps methodology, now everything is become automated, and that is very superb and very fine and very good in all terms with respect to agile methodology also. So this DevOps method and this DevOps culture is very good, and all companies right now are going with that only, and that's why they are demanding, and there is a lot of vacancy of DevOps engineer in each and every organization. Okay, so if you are going with the DevOps and especially Microsoft Azure, you have a good hands on your practice and go with the good technologies, definitely you will get a very good job and hike also. Okay, so our DevOps process is that one only. And what are the services? Those are available in Azure DevOps. The Azure DevOps services, and by using this, we can able to create the manage deployment of your application in our platform. So now we will go with our first tool, that is a virtual machine. Okay, now I will let you know about that, how we are creating it, and how we are going with that virtual machine. Okay, for creating virtual machine, first you should have subscription. Okay, and how I will check your subscription in next batch. How? I will click here on subscription, and after that I want your here active, means you are subscribed. Okay, and if you are
Kunal.
subscribed, yes,
Sorry for the interruption. My subscription is disabled, Kunal.
yeah, then either you can use your credit card. So whatever services in future you will use, or as I
Okay.
told you, now you have to create in help and support. I told you here is a
Uh-huh.
one section, help and support. Okay, in help and support, here, in help and support,
Uh,
what to do? Create one support request. Okay, and
Okay.
define your problem. Create your support request
Uh-huh.
while clicking here. While clicking here,
Mhm.
okay, you describe your problem, then tell what is the issue, this billing related issue, and then put next, and after then fill, after 2-3 windows you fill your data, and within 24 hours any means support from Microsoft Azure will call you, and he will take your window and will
Mhm.
solve your all questions and problem, and he will say type here QUICK quick
Mhm.
assist, and you
Okay.
have to click here quick assist, and after then here one window is coming, and he will tell you the code. That code you have to put here, and when you will submit, he can able to see your window, and then you will then you go and click on subscription and tell him my subscription is disabled, what to do. Then
Mhm.
he will I knew that what he will say. He will say you go to cost and management, and
Mhm.
via going to that cost and management, they will disable, means they will solve your query. Here is one option of cost and management. See
Yeah,
here,
what is the
cost
purpose
and
they
management.
disabled? Is there any reasons?
No, because means that initially when you subscribe now, that is only for 30 days.
Okay.
And if you not paid a bill, that bill is still pending, so that's why that is disabled. So I told you now, you create one request and they will solve your all questions.
No, no, it's
Okay,
only for 30 days. Every 30 days we have to do
yeah,
like that.
no, that
Hmm.
is for a free subscription, but if you are going with a pay as you go, So whatever services you are using,
Okay.
he is means that much of amount is debited from your credit card.
No, no, actually that 10th, 14,000 something it will come, no? Credits.
What?
14,000 credit they will give, no? Some amount.
Nimesh, that
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be your free trial.
That is a free trial. That is for
That-
initial, means for one account and for one time of use of that credit card. No one can use that credit card with Microsoft Azure, or no one can repeat that email ID also for another free account.
That
You
is
have to
valid
go
for
with
only
pay
1
as you
month.
go.
That is
Yeah,
14,000. Correct?
you have to go for pay as you go only. And in pay as you go, whatever services you will use, so that much of amount will deduct. So don't forget to click on all resources. If you have knowledge of Microsoft Azure, so always click on all resources and you will get whatever list of resources you have. Select that and delete it. If you are not deleting, so tomorrow you will get a billing of 500, because the day before yesterday only one of my resource was active, and after then I got a billing of 500. And so always do one thing. What? Always click on all resource, select your resource and delete them. You have a few resource groups also, but this resource group is not a chargeable, because this resource group is one bucket, you can say, where you are putting your items or you are putting your resources. Okay, see here I have also again two resources. One is a network watcher RG and one is a cloud shell storage. And this cloud shell storage, when this resource means generated, when I clicked here now in cloud shell, you knew that now this window is for a cloud shell. Forgot or remember? So this is a cloud shell, and when you are clicking here for creating a storage account, that time one resource is generated. Okay, and this is one resource group of same. Okay, so now I want to tell you one thing. Yeah, now our PowerShell we are using for a window, and Bash we are using for a Linux. If you are selecting here Bash and if you are continuing it, you can run your Linux commands here. This is a command line prompt, you can say, or your shell scripts you can write. Like, one command ls which we are using in Linux. If I'm putting here, see, we are getting here output of cloud drive. Even I can say ls hyphen la. This is also one command. If I will press, see, you are getting here output ls of lf. Even you aware about this pwd, print working directory. If you are typing in command, so see, I am in this directory right now, home Krunal. This is my directory. Even the cat command we are using for means for entering data in your file. Like now I'm writing few data in this file. Okay, I'm writing this data in this file, and after then you have to click Control Z, so you can come out with from it that prompt. See, it is written stop, means now I am running here window. Now I am running here window, but still I can execute a command of Linux. How it is possible? Because of the Cloud Shell. In Cloud Shell, you are getting an option of Bash where you can execute your command of Linux also. Similarly, you can execute say command of your PowerShell also here. Those are of Windows, okay, which we are calling it as a PowerShell commands. And those commands for creating a virtual machine. First, I will tell you the way how we are creating a virtual machine with the help of Portal. And of same thing, I have one script, and that same script I will write down here in this Cloud Shell. and you will see with that command, I will make virtual machine in this PowerShell. Even I can make a resource group also with a PowerShell. I have that command, I have those scripts. Even I will tell you how to find out that all command in Google, because this all scripts is everything is available on Google. So where you will get that and how we will do that, will tell you. First, we will go with a graphical user interface. So if you want to work, if you want to create a virtual machine, so you can create a virtual machine from 3 4 location. First one is a virtual machine. If you will click here, virtual machine, okay, so you will come here and you can create your virtual machine. This is a one place. Okay, now I'm again going back. So this is a one place. Okay, another place is this one. Okay, if you are clicking here, and you will get a option here. See, virtual machine. If you are clicking here, you are going to same dashboard of virtual machine. See, create. If you will click here, you will create your virtual machine. That is the first step. This is the second step, as I told you. And most best one is this one. Here you have to write virtual machine. See, you got here virtual machine. You will click here, and from here also you can make a virtual machine. So now we are in this dashboard, and for creating a Windows virtual machine, what we will do? First, we will create one virtual machine. Create, and then create what? Virtual machine. After clicking here, you will get this dashboard and see each and everything. See what you are getting here. You are getting here basic, disk, network, even management, advanced, tag, and after filling the data with this, last one is a review and create, which reviews your all input data and then giving you the option for creating a virtual machine. So first we will go with our first step of that is a basic one. In basic one, what they are asking first, your subscription. As I told you, the most important thing for creating any resource in Microsoft Azure, most important thing is your subscription and your resource group. You needed your subscription and your resource group. Without your subscription and resource group, you can't make any resource or any service. Okay, so now my subscription is a free trial. Okay, so I selected, that is already selected only free trial, and now I have to select here resource group. So for selecting here resource group, these two resource group is already available. Okay, now I will tell you where that is available. As I told you, yeah. So okay, so as I told you, first is our free trial and second one is our resource group. You can create a resource group here only. Okay, no need to go or no need to create a resource group solo. You can create a new resource group here only. But we can have option. But we can have option here for creating a resource group, which I would like to show you. So we have one option in while creating a virtual machine to create a resource group. Even we have one separate option for creating a virtual means that resource group in our Azure portal only, and that is named with a resource group only. So now we are going there and we are creating first resource group, and I will show you whatever resource group we are creating there, that name you will get there. Okay, so first I will go here to home. Okay, and as I told you, here we are getting option of resource group. Yeah, we got here option of resource group. See, this is a option of resource group. Here you can make a resource group. You have to click here. You have to click here, and after then see this two resource group is already available because we made a PowerShell, that cloud shell, we made a PowerShell. So because of that, this two resource group already created, which is visible there. Even this two resource group, if I will click here, see this two resource group, you can see here also. You can select those, but we will create a separate resource group. Okay, we will
Kunal,
create a
that
separate resource
network
group for our
watch,
virtual machine.
Kunal, that network watch that was already created by Azure, right?
Yeah, that was created by already created by Azure, and this is with our cloud shell, which we clicked here, and after then he created one storage account and he created this resource group. Okay, so now what we are doing, we are creating one resource group solely. So for that, what I clicked on that resource group again. Again I want to jump here because we broke the link. Okay, first we are clicking here on resource group. After then we will click here on creating a resource group. Okay, and your subscription is free only, and your resource group name you have to give here. Like I will give here my resource group name, like window. Okay, and region. What is a region and what is a data center? What is this? Means region in this Microsoft Azure company is spread all over the world, and there are few regions. What are the few regions? Like in USA, they have East USA, even they have East USA too. Why? Because many more people use these resources, and that's why they are getting a burden. That's why they made another one, that is they are giving US East second version. Okay, like that South Central, West US too, because most of the people by default only selecting these resources only. Even with you are going with Asia, you are getting here Australia East, okay, even Southeast in Europe. So this much of regions you are getting here, okay, and means whatever data you will enter or whatever logs of your this Microsoft Azure you are working, that all are stored with this region. Okay, and these regions have data center also. Okay, and your data is stored with like one region have more than one data center, because if one data center is going down because of any problem, so another data center will give up time of its own, and your all services will shift to the that data center. Like this East USA, they have here 2 3 data centers, and if your data is stored in this East USA, so what happens whenever there is a downfall, whenever there is a downtime, so your all data is stored here, but because of downtime, we are redirect toward another region, you can say, or another data center, you can say. We are redirect there, and you will get a uptime. Means there is a downtime, but your all services will be active only. You can fetch to each and every your virtual machine and resource, because that is redirected. Okay, So that's why I selected here that East USA. And after then, we will review plus create that virtual resource group. And you have to click here and see that validation is passed. Validation means everything which I entered that is passed. Even I can give here tag. Why and for what we are using tag, I will tell you at the time of creation of that virtual machine. There is a one option of tag. That time I will explain you this one. So you first validated and your validation is passed. Now you have to click on create, and what is the name of our that virtual machine? That is a window. See, that is a created. WINDWO, and this window resource group you will see at the time of this virtual machine creation also. Now I'm doing once again refresh here. Okay, and now we will create our virtual machine. So virtual machine is like a container. Nowadays, no one is going with virtual machine. Everyone is going with a container, Docker, and Kubernetes. And that Kubernetes is like a virtual machine, and that don't have its own operating system. That runs on operating system of another. See, you are getting your option of window. This two is already there, and this I created new one. If you are not interested to use this one, this is not a chargeable, so it's okay. We can create a new here only. Like if I will click here, create a new, and if I'm giving here name, like I have to create a virtual machine, so I'm giving here name to my resource group as a virtual machine. No, sorry, that is a space is not valid there. So I'm giving only virtual underscore machine I can write, but space is not, space is invalid. See, now I will press OK, and this virtual machine resource group I am creating here only at this place at this instance, and I press OK, and this virtual machine resource group I created. And I told you while making any resource or any service, most important thing is your subscription and your resource group. Now we are going with a free trial, and we selected our resource group as a virtual machine. Now they are asking up our another detail, that is a virtual machine name. Okay, so virtual machine name I am always giving like a short name VM1. VM1 is the name of my one virtual machine, and I have to select here region. So US East US. This is the cheapest cloud. Okay, so I will select this one only. Okay, but if you are not interested with this East US, and if you want to select any another resource, scroll here. You will get this much of like in Asia, you will get a Central India. Okay, even you will get East Asia, even Asia, in Japan is also there. So you can place your data nearer to your region. It is good practice to select the region which is nearer to your site location. So now we are nearer to this one, where it is India. Mhm. Where is India? Huh, this one. Asia Pacific Central India. We are nearer to this one region. So I'm selecting this one here, Asia Pacific Central India. Okay. And the rate means whatever cost that Azure will charge you, that will depends with your region and your image also. It's okay. So now I am selecting first region, that is this one. After then availability option. So we will discuss this availability option in our next virtual machine or in our project time, not now. Now I have to select here images. Okay, so see how much images you are getting with Microsoft Azure. You can go with Microsoft Server 2019 and Windows Server 2019. We are using in a companies for servers. Okay, and even you can go to Ubuntu server. These all are Linux or Unix based operating system, Red Hat, Sun Enterprises, Oracle, these Debian, these all are. Even if you are friendly with this, you can go with Windows Server 2019, 16, 12. But this 12, 16, those are the older versions. So that's why we are not going. Even you can go with Windows 10 Pro version, the latest one, you can go with that only. But we mostly selected Windows Server 2019 and we selected data center that is a generation 2. Here also you will get a option of generation 1. Okay, for that, see all images. You have to click here, see all images, and you will get a list of all images in Microsoft Azure. Okay, how much images Microsoft Azure have, you will get here. So see, Windows Server, Red Hat, then this one Debian 10. Okay, Ubuntu. We will select Ubuntu at the time of Linux in our next Saturday Sundays laboratory. Okay, see how much operating system we have in our this market. This is our market area. Okay, and see marketplace in that much of operating system you have to select and that will be deployed very easily. So now what I want to tell you, if I selected this Windows Server, okay, if I selected this Windows Server, they are asking me for 2022 version, this, and we are friendly with 2090 generation 2. So we will go with that. But here see 2019 generation 1 and generation 2. These are two options. So you will say, sir, what is the difference between these one? Because they both are looking same. Windows Server 2019 database server core with this one, and this is generation 2 and generation 1. What is the difference between generation 1 and generation 2? Yes, anyone tell me? Hello, anyone tell me what is the difference between generation 1 and generation 2?
Generation 2 is the latest in server.
Yeah, that is the simplest answer. But what are the features you are getting extra there?
Some patches will be added, no, Kunal? New.
No. Generation 1 not means not accepting 1 TB of hard disks. Okay, 1 terabyte of hard disks. This generation 1 is not supported, but this generation 2 supported 1 terabytes of hard disk. Even you know that now we are storing a data in our Microsoft Azure cloud. So in generation 1, your data is not encrypted, but with the help of this generation 2, when you are storing data to this generation 2, okay, if you are selecting generation 2, whenever you are storing data to your cloud, your data is encrypted and then it is stored, and whenever you are retrieving that data, that time that data is decrypted and then that is getting access to you. So this is only two difference between this. The cost of both is same. Cost of generation 1 and cost of generation 2 is the same, but if you are selecting first and 2, the difference is it supports 1 TB of hard disk, it not supported. Even it not supported encryption, it supported encryption. So that's why we are only selecting this one. Okay, and after selecting this one, then we are going for the size, because this Azure Spot instance I will tell you at the time of Linux machine. No need of now. So now our third point is a size. What is this size? Size means mostly we are going with this standard plan of D2S, and with standard plan of this D2S, what we are getting here, 2 CPUs we are getting here 8 GB of memory, and for that we are paying 10,000 rupees per month to Microsoft Azure. If your service, if your that resource is active for all 30 days, 24 hours, you will charge 10,360 rupees. And this amount will be changed. If you will change, if you will change your region, if you will change your region, or if you will change your size, this amount it will also change. Like if I will select here, what happened? Your recent use size. Okay, see all sizes. We will select here, see all sizes, and you will get a list here. So if you will see, if you want 2 CPU, you can select here 2 CPU and you can press OK. If you want the RAM, whatever configuration of, if you don't want 8 GB of RAM, if you want 4 GB of RAM, select on that 4 GB of RAM and press OK. Okay, and apart from that, if any plan is available, that will be shown. If not, so we have to go with that 8 GB only, and we have to click OK. So this is for selecting the sizes. Here you can select your CPU. If you do not want 2 CPU, if you want 4 CPU, 8 CPU, you will get a more charge. If you are selecting more RAM, you will get a more charge. So that's why we are going with a standard plan. And in standard plan, we are we are not getting that much charges. Okay. So this is a concept of our virtual machine. Now we will again jump back to our creation of virtual machine. Okay, so here, as I told you, first we are selecting subscription, then we are selecting our resource group like virtual machine, which you selected here. Okay, after then we selected the name of our machine as a V1. After then we selected this Asia Pacific region, and see here what cost we are getting here. Now 10,000. If I will change the region, this 10,360 will be changed because your cost is depend with your region also. Okay, see, now I'm selecting here US, East US, and you will get a few modification here in reds, that is loading. Just wait for that. It's loading. Our prices is loading with East US region. If you are selecting 2 CPU, this is our standard plan. If you are selecting 2 CPU and 8 GB, you will get a charge of 9,887. That is a few as compared, because if you are going to India, so they will definitely will charge you more, because that Microsoft Azure is US based only, and they have their lot of data centers, and that's why we are getting here few costs. And your cost is depend with, as I told you, your this plan, this size. See, if you are selecting this DS1 V2, you will get a charge of 6,000. If you are selecting this D4, what is D4? Here you are getting a 3 CPUs, sorry, you are getting here 4 CPUs, and you are getting here 16 GB of RAM. And for that you have to pay 19,000. So these are the plan. And we will select this DS1 or DS2 is most suitable. So that's why we selected this one only. Okay, now everyone is very, I told you everything very slowly and very smoothly. Now our next thing is administrator account. For logging to your that virtual machine, they will ask you the username and password. They will ask you the username and password. So you have to specify your username and password. So what, in case of username, you can't specify the keywords. Even one thing I would like to tell you, if you are clicking here, that will give you the meaning for what these styles we are using. This is the administrator username for your virtual machine. For what we are using the administrator password for your VM. Similarly, if you will click here on size, so it will say choose the determined factory such as processing your power and your memory you have to select. So you have to only click here and you will get a definition for what we are using that. Okay, so we
Kunal,
selected this one.
Sorry to interrupt. I have one concern.
Yeah.
If how many virtual machines we can create in for this thing for the DevOps
For
portal? If I create
Yeah.
a virtual machines, is it in a chargeable basis or it will be a free tier for that?
No, if you are creating virtual machine, you will get a charge. You will, because if you are creating virtual machine, so this 2 CPU and this 8 GB of RAM is allocated to you. Okay, that is allocated to you from Microsoft Azure. If you are not deleting these resources, means you are using that resources. So you will get a charge per second, per minute you have to pay. You have to pay. Now I'm getting here free subscription, and that's why I got that 14,500. That's why not much burden in my mind. But when I will expire my 30 days, after then that much of amount will deduct from my credit card. Okay, so that's why that 2 CPUs of means that processing, even that 8 GB of RAM, that everything is allocated to you. So you have to pay for that. If you are
So-
deleting these resources, then only your that billing will stop. But if you are not using, but this is allocated to you, so you will get a billing. You have to pay. Okay. So now we are going for administrator account. So you
Kunal,
have
one
to,
more doubt. Hello.
Yes. Yes.
Kunal, for example, I assume that my this one free trial is got over. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm using this CPU, whatever you specified. I'm using it only for learning for 2 hours. Okay.
Hmm.
They are going to charge for 2 hours. After 2 hours, I will going to delete it.
Yeah. You will get a charge for 2 hours. You will pay only for 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
Per second you are paying, Mr. If you are creating now, I will press and I will create. So I will get a billing of that. For if I'm using that for 5 minutes, I will get a billing for 5 minutes. Okay, if you will go to before what they are not charging for per second or per hour or per minute basis, but there is a competition in market. So when AWS was a leader of this market, so Microsoft came in market and Microsoft say, I will give opportunity to pay per minute. So many more clients shifted toward Microsoft Azure, and now AWS came with the concept of pay as per second. AWS came with that feature of pay per second, but now we are paying per minutes only. So now we will put here our username. Okay. So for putting your username, here one thing is there. We can't use keywords like administrator. See here is written administrator is one keyword, so you can't put anything which is related to keyword here. I can put here Krunal 1234. I can put here means England, India, this one, that one, but I'm always putting my that username as administrator only. But how I'm doing that? I'm using capital ADM. I'm using this capital, and this capital is also because that is a case sensitive. So this administrator is also one keyword. So I have to press here one. So this administrator one is a valid username. If you are only using administrator, that is not a valid, because you will not get a right sign here. See, check if I'm
Yeah,
using your
we
only
don't use
administrator.
admin and admin.